Thank you for joining me today. My name is Jen, and this is a 60-minute power flow. Let's see. Today we're going to do a certain type of back bend, like a variation on half camel. And so to that end, we're going to do some stretching and strengthening through hip flexors and core that will support this type of back bend. So just keep an eye out for certain types of activities we'll be doing during class to support that practice. Starting with our first pose, head on over to your mat and take tabletop. Good morning, Carol. Thanks for joining us as well. And rather than starting in child's pose, we'll get to that in about 1 minute. But I'd like you to begin in puppy pose. This just stretches your upper back a little more. So you're going to keep your hips stacked right over your knees and then walk your hands forward. So it's like your upper half is in child's pose, but you're keeping your tail lifted, and that's just going to move where you feel the stretch. It'll hold a little more tension. Okay? So you can settle here, bringing your chin or nose or forehead to your mat. Maybe just notice that there's kind of more tension, more stretch happening in your shoulders and upper back. See if you can just breathe through that for about 45 to 60 seconds. From there, you can lift up a bit and then readjust yourself into a more comfortable child's pose. You can take your knees wider and settle your belly right into that space between your upper legs. Continue steadily breathing through your nose. Bring yourself up into tabletop now. And take cow pose, look forward, tip up your tailbone and allow your belly to sink down. And then cat pose, breathe out as you draw your navel up towards your spine. And keep going like that, cow with your in-breath and cat with your out-breath. Cow and cat. Cow and cat. Cow. Downward facing dog. Keep breathing steadily through your nose here. Move around freely in your downward facing dog. And walk yourself forward to the top of your mat. And take your feet hips distance apart. You can stand here in a heavy forward fold for just a moment. Take a breath in together. And exhale that breath. Breathe in. Hang your upper half. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Dig into your heels a little further here. Take a halfway lift and breathe in. Fold forward and breathe out. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold forward and exhale. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Press into your heels. Rise all the way up to standing. Reach up. Take your time here. Fold forward. Breathe out as you go. Lift halfway. Take a breath in. Fold forward. Breathe out. Rise up. Reach up. Fold forward. Exhale. Lift halfway. Take a breath in. High plank. Lower down all the way to your belly as you exhale here. And then take cobra. Lift your chest. Breathe in. Pause in your cobra. Hold your elbows back and close in towards your side bodies. Squeeze your legs long and straight. And lift your chest a little higher here. And a little more back bend in that mid to upper back area. Lovely. Lower all the way down to your mat. Press yourself up into tabletop and move back into downward facing dog. Take a breath in now. And breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Pike up onto your toes. Clear out your breath. Move forward to the top of your mat. Take a halfway lift. Breathe in. Fold forward. Exhale. Rise. Reach up. Fold forward. Breathe out. Halfway lift. Breathe in. High plank. Lower all the way to your belly as you breathe out. Cobra. Lift your chest. Pause here. Clear your exhale. And puff your chest up and forward. Pull your elbows back and in toward your side bodies. And take another full round of breath. Strong legs. Lift your back a little higher. Lower all the way down. Press to tabletop and move into downward facing dog. Take another breath in here. And clear that breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your heels up. And breathe out. Move forward to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Take a breath in. Fold forward. Breathe out. And rise all the way up. Here we go. Reach up. Chair pose. Exhale. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Inhale. Sink your hips back and down. And take a full round of breath. And clear this breath out. Settle 1 inch lower. And one more inhale. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Take a breath in. Chaturanga, or you can lower all the way to your belly if you prefer. Cobra or upward facing dog. Inhale. And downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward and come up into warrior 1. Rise, take a breath. In warrior two, exhale that breath. Reverse your warrior, breathe in. Fingertips down to the top of your mat. Step forward. Now step your right foot back and come up into warrior one. Now you're on the left side. Rise, take a breath. And warrior two, breathe out. And reverse your warrior, inhale. Chaturanga or belly, breathe out as you go. Cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift up your heels. And clear your breath. Move forward to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, exhale. Rise up, reach up. Chair pose, breathe out. And take a breath in. Exhale. Breath in. Settle your hips 1 inch lower. Inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, take a breath in. Chaturanga or belly. Upward facing, breathe in. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. Left foot forward into warrior one. Rise, take a breath. And warrior two, exhale that breath. Reverse your warrior, breathe in. Fingertips down to the top of your mat. Step forward. Now step your left foot back and come up into warrior one on the right side. Rise. And warrior two, exhale. And reverse your warrior, take a breath in. Chaturanga or belly. Upward facing, breathe in. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Heels up. Breath out. Move up to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, take a breath in. Fold forward, exhale. Rise up. Chair pose, breathe out. And take a breath in. Power chair, shift your torso forward. And that should give you more access to moving your hips back and down lower. Steady breath. Move your arm bones, lift them up right alongside your ears. And take one more inhale right here. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, take a breath in. Chaturanga or lower to your belly, breathe out. Upward facing, inhale. And downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, warrior one. Rise up, take a breath. And warrior two, breathe it out. And reverse your warrior, breath in. Fingertips down, step forward. Step your right foot back. Come up into warrior one, rise. And warrior two, breathe out. Reverse, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing, take a breath in. And downward facing dog. We're gonna go again. Step your left foot forward into warrior one. Rise right up, take a breath. Warrior two, breathe out. Reverse your warrior, inhale. Fingertips down, step forward. And then bring your left foot way back. Come up into warrior one. Rise, take a breath. Warrior two, exhale that breath. Reverse your warrior, breathe in. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Hike up on your toes. Clear out your breath. Move forward to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, take a breath in. Fold forward, exhale. And rise right up to standing. Chair pose, last chair pose of this class. Take a breath in. Move into power chair. Keep drawing your arm bones up alongside your ears. Settling your hips back and down low. Moving your thumbs, pull them up an inch or two higher. Get more stretch through your shoulders. And lovely, bow forward, release. Halfway lift, take a breath in. High plank, lower all the way down to your belly as you exhale. Cobra pose, lift your chest 6 to 10 inches. Pause, clear out your breath. And take another full round of breath here. Find a little extra lift through your chest. Good, one more inhale. Lower all the way down, push up to tabletop, and move into downward facing dog. And from here, lift your right leg high behind you. And step your right foot forward, come up into crescent lunge now. Your back heel stays lifted. All right, now that we're a little more warm, we're gonna do some more preparations towards that half camel back bend I was talking about earlier. So everyone take your hands, crisscross them in front of you, hands to shoulders. So you're in crescent lunge with these crisscross arms. Good. Put a bend into your back knee. So you're kind of low into your legs here. Tuck your hip points up towards your lower ribs, a strong belly. And then lean your whole upper half back an inch or two, and then bring it right up again. You're gonna pulse just like that, shifting your upper half back and forward. And what we're going for here is a big stretch on the front of your left hip. And you'll also notice that every time you tip back your core, all around your abdomen, those muscles are cinching up to support you. That's good. Let's keep doing that. We're making muscle memory for when we get to our back bends later. Good. 1 or 2 more times. And that'll do it. Bring your fingertips down to your mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Lift your left foot up high behind you. Take a breath in. Step that foot forward. Come up into crescent lunge. And again, take those crisscross style arms, hands to shoulders. Put a deep bend in your back knee so that you can tuck your hip points upward towards your lower ribs. Shift your upper half back a couple of inches and forward. Keep moving that down, a little shifts back and forward. Stretching the front of your right hip, giving your core an opportunity to cinch up and come online. A couple more times here. Slow and steady movements, pulsing back and forth. Lovely. Bring your fingertips down to your mat, step forward to the top of your mat. Rise all the way up, reach up, take a breath in. Fold forward and exhale. Halfway lift, take a breath in. Chaturanga or belly, breathe out. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high behind you, take a breath. And step your right foot forward. Come up into crescent lunge, rise. Crisscross arms, hands to shoulders. Put a bend into your back knee, tuck your hip points up. Just a couple times now, find that pulsing action again, shifting back and forth. Stretching the front of your left hip, lighting up your core muscles. Okay. And from here, bring your right hand to your right hip. Reach your left arm up to the sky, and then side bend over to the right. Just a couple breaths here. You can keep that big bend in your back knee. So you're getting a lot of stretch on your left side. You're also causing those muscles in your legs to keep working. Great. Fingertips down to your mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up high behind you. Take a breath in. Step forward, crescent lunge. Rise. As soon as you find your balance, crisscross arms, hands to shoulders. Put a bend in your back knee. Tuck up your hip points so your belly is strong. Shift back and forward a couple of times here. Reigniting that hip stretch and that core work. Bring your left hand to your left hip now. Reach your right arm up tall and side bend to the left side. Take a few breaths right here on your own. Great. Bring all your fingertips down to your mat. Step forward. Rise all the way up. Reach up. Stretch out fully. Fold forward. Exhale as you go. Lift halfway. Take a breath in. Chaturanga or lower to your belly. Breathe out. Cobra or upward facing dog. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Lift your right leg up high behind you. Step your foot forward, crescent lunge, rise up. Crisscross arms, hands to shoulders. Very last time doing this prep movement. Bend your back knee, shift your weight back and forward once or twice here, reigniting that muscle memory and that stretch. Okay. This time, bring your hands together at the center of your chest. And take a twist to the right. You can hook your left elbow right onto your right thigh bone. And we'll stay right here in this twist a few breaths. Rotate your chest upward towards your thumbs. And tuck your top shoulder onto your back to open the front of your chest. And take another full round of breath. And plant your hands down to your mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Lift your left leg high behind you. Take a breath in. And step your foot forward, crescent lunge. Rise up. Crisscross arms, hands to shoulders. Put a bend in your back knee. Just a couple times, shift back and forth. Finding that core contraction and that hip stretch. Then bringing your hands to the center of your chest. And here we go. Just take one tall breath in and twist to the left. Hook your elbow onto your leg bone. And turn your chest up towards your thumbs. Right here together, take a breath in. And breathe it out. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Top shoulder, tuck it onto your back. Full round of breath. Exhale, steady. And we'll take one more breath in. Fingertips down, step your feet forward to the top of your mat. Rise all the way up, reach up, take a breath in. Hands to the center of your chest, tree pose, right side. Steady breath through your nose right here. Maintaining your balance. Bring your right knee forward so that you're in a standing knee raise. Lift your knee higher, draw it in towards your upper half, just using the strength of your core. Your arms, reach them up, take a breath in right here. Airplane, sweep your arms and your leg back. Take a breath in. And breathe it out. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your arms a little higher. Breathe out. Lift your floating leg a little higher. Breathe out. Best lift right here. Stay and clear your breath. Feet together, reach up. Bring your hands to the center of your chest. Tree pose, left side. Keep breathing that steady nose breath. Standing knee raise. So shifting so that your knee is forward. Left foot is floating, flex. This little strength challenge for your core. Pull your knee up higher. Draw it in towards your ribs, just using the strength of your belly. Reach your arms up. Take a breath in right here. Sweep back into airplane and exhale. Take a breath in. And breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. And lift your arms a little higher. Drag your fingertips way back. Breathe in. That floating leg, lift it a little higher as well. Full round of breath in. Clear all that breath out. Feet together, reach up, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, take a breath in. Chaturanga or belly, breathe out. Upward facing dog or cobra, breath in. Downward facing dog, exhale. Breath in. Breathe out. Breath in. Breathe out. High plank, shift forward. Push firm into your right hand. Take side plank, left arm lifts up. You can do this with your bottom knee down or up. Just for a moment, lift your top leg and step it behind you with a bent knee. Lift your hips higher now. Reach your top arm towards the top of your yoga mat. So you're getting a big stretch down that side. Keep going like this. Lift your chest, rotate it up towards the ceiling. Push away from your mat with your feet, lift your hips higher. Good, keep breathing steady right here. Lift up out of that bottom shoulder. Keep pulling away from your yoga mat. Good. Gently, kindly with yourself, de-rotate, downward facing dog or tabletop. Now just take a full round of breath right here. And then set up that other side, shift forward into your high plank. Press firm into your left hand. Reach your right arm up, side plank. Just for a moment, that top leg, lift it, step it behind you with a bent knee. Now push away from your yoga mat, lift your hips high. Top arm towards the top of your yoga mat. Steady breath here. Dig firm into your mat with your hand, and both feet keep lifting up into an arch. Turn your chest a little higher towards the ceiling, firmly pressing into all fingers and that bottom hand. Carefully with yourself here. De-rotate. Come all the way down to your belly. Take a moment at rest. You can run your arms right down by your sides in preparation for locust. And together right here, take this breath in. And a full exhale, ready to go. Locust, lift up to a hover. And clear your breath. And pop the center of your chest forward. Pull your fingertips way back. And keep breathing steady through your nose here. Find a little more lift in your inner upper legs. Keep breathing steady. Strong belly. Tuck your pubic bone down onto your mat. Lift your arms a little higher. Pull them further back. Inner upper legs, lift those a little higher. Squeeze your legs further back. Full round of breath here. Find your best lift. Steady, stay for the exhale, 2. And take one more breath in. Lower all the way down. Rest a moment. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Set up for locust or bow. Clear your breath ready. And locust or bow, lift up. And stay and clear your breath. So you can maintain this locust with your legs stretched out behind you. Or for bow, bend at the knee and take a hold of your ankles where you find. Keep breathing steady, finding your best lift. Strong belly, tuck your hip points forward so your pubic bone presses towards your mat. And keep breathing. Bows, press your feet straight back. Full round of breath here. And exhale it off. Another full round of breath in. And breathe it out. Last inhale right here. Come all the way down, rest a moment. Steady breath. In and out of your nose. Now plant your palms next to your rib cage. Press yourself up into tabletop. And from your tabletop position, we're going to set up our variation of a half camel. So bring your right foot forward so it's between your hands. You can kind of shimmy it so that the outer blade of your right foot is right next to your right thumb. So you're going a little bit wide with your stance. Okay. Curl your back set of toes under so you have a kickstand foot. And then you're going to stand right up here in this kneeling lunge. For our half camel variation, take your left hand and you're going to grab it right around the cap of your left heel. So some little tilting back happening here. Now your right arm reach that straight up to the ceiling and then gently reach it back towards the back of your yoga mat. This is our big back bend right here. If you're noticing some discomfort in your knee, just know you can put A yoga mat underneath your knee, folded in half or towel. Good. Right here, keep the strong belly. Rotate your chest higher towards the ceiling. Keep reaching that top arm straight back. You notice, can you turn your whole chest so that it's facing more towards the ceiling? You might even notice a little more stretch on the front of your left shoulder. Strong belly. Shift your hips forward just half an inch. And careful with yourself. Tuck your chin and rock forward to come out. And that is our half camel variation. Just a different way to feel back bending. Okay. Come back to tabletop. Set up for the other side. Now, if you notice that that was a little bit hard on your knee, again, you can kind of wrinkle your yoga mat so there's more padding, and then step your left foot forward. Here we go. Curl your back 7 toes under. You come up into your kneeling lunge. You're going to reach your right hand now to the back calf of your heel. Left hand reaches up towards the ceiling, and then that top arm is going to reach straight back behind you. Squeeze your buttocks a little bit here so that you're shifting your hips forward. You can draw the low pit of your belly in to support your back. Rotate your chest upward towards the ceiling, opening through the front of your chest and shoulders. You can keep a tuck in your chin here. No need to allow your head to tip back. This back bend is happening in that upper mid-back area. Just a couple more breaths here. Shift your hips forward just a half an inch. Turn your chest up more towards the ceiling. Tilt yourself a little further back. And carefully release. Child's pose. Take a few full breaths through your nose here, letting go of that last back bend. And press yourself up into tabletop. Cat. Round your back up. Put a little tuck into your chin. Pause right here a moment in cat. You can shift your hips side to side. You can rock your shoulders forward and back. Just putting a little wag into your spine side to side. From here, take half pigeon. You can bring your right shin forward. Or you can settle into whichever version of this pigeon stretch works best for your body. Switch your pigeon stretch to the other side now. Yeah, then from here, bring your legs forward into a butterfly style shape. And from this butterfly position, you can bring your right leg out wide to the side, like as wide as it will comfortably go. And then tuck your left heel in towards your groin. So you're in a half straddle here. Rock your hips a bit side to side and connect them to your mat. Sit tall and lean your chest forward for a groin stretch. Switch. Straight out your legs. Sit back up tall again. Settle into your back now. Set up your legs for bridge. From here, you can walk your heels in closely towards your hips. Lift yourself up into an easy bridge. One arm at a time. Tuck your arm bones underneath your back body more. Push into your elbows and the backs of your arms. So you get a little more extra lift between your back shoulder blades. Gently press into the back of your skull, get a little extra lift behind your heart. Lower all the way down to your back. Take your knees over to the right for a twist. And take your legs over to the left. Come back to center. Take the legs up the wall. When you're ready to come down to your mat, settle into any comfortable resting position for Shavasana. Just take a moment here to notice the movement of your breath. Easy. Bring more movement into your breath, and your fingers and your toes. And press your way right up into a comfortable seated position. And we'll close this class up together with a full breath in and out. So go right ahead, take a breath in. And exhale long and slow through your nose. Namaste.